wants to be a wise person? Well, one of the best ways to be wise is to learn from the wise. In my culture, one of the wisest men ever lived was Zhuge Liang. Zhuge Liang ranks first among all of the military advisors in China's history, so much so that his strategies and tactics are still being studied today. I shall share with you on how he captured his adversary Meng Huo 7 times in a row and what we can learn from it. Meng Huo was a tribal leader who harassed the state of Shu. In order to stabilize the southern region, Zhuge Liang decided to fight Meng Huo in battle. During the first battle, Zhuge Liang made good use of his in-depth knowledge on the battlefield terrain. He quickly routed and cornered Meng Huo to a valley. Meng Huo was captured and asked, "Do you yield?" Meng Huo protested, "No, I was defeated by the terrain. That's not fair." "Ha ha ha," Zhuge Liang laughed and said, "Then enjoy this meal and go back to rally your troops." So, step number 1 to be wise: know your battlefield well. During the next battle, Meng Huo's followers had very high regards on Zhuge Liang. Thus, they organized a coup and captured Meng Huo while he was asleep. Being delivered to Zhuge Liang asked, "Do you yield?" Meng Huo protested, "No, I was tricked. That was unfair." "Ha ha ha," Zhuge Liang laughed and said, "Then enjoy this meal and go back to rally your troops." Step number 2 to be wise is to have an astounding reputation. Having a great reputation can win enemies over to your side. During the third round, Meng Huo asked his brother to infiltrate Zhuge Liang's camp on the pretext to pledge allegiance to the state of Shu. However, soon after, when Meng Huo ambushed Zhuge Liang's camp, he noticed only his brother and troops were drugged and asleep. Meng Huo was captured and asked, "Do you yield?" Meng Huo protested, "No, I wasn't ready. That's not fair." "Ha ha ha," Zhuge Liang laughed and said, "Then enjoy this meal and go back to rally your troops." What we can learn here is that we should not trust anyone too easily. During the fourth attempt, Meng Huo sought help from the woman's tribe. Having treated them badly in the past, the woman captured Meng Huo instead and delivered him to Zhuge Liang. Zhuge Liang asked, "Do you yield?" Meng Huo protested, "No, I was betrayed. That's not fair." No longer laughing, Zhuge Liang said, "Then enjoy this meal and go back to rally your troops." Thus, the fourth step to be wise is that we should always treat people well. Treating people nicely can make them our ally someday, while treating them badly causes them to become our enemy eventually. During the fifth battle, Meng Huo sought help from the beast army and attacked Zhuge Liang with tigers, elephants, and wolves. However, Zhuge Liang responded with monster-like flamethrowers. The animals were thrown into frenzy and the army was vanquished. Meng Huo was captured and asked, "Do you yield?" Meng Huo protested, "No, the animals are stupid. That's not fair." Zhuge Liang said, "Then enjoy this meal and go back to rally your troops." So, we should remember that technology is important. Make sure your team possess the right tool and they will get the job done. During the sixth battle, Meng Huo asked his followers to tie him up and pretended to surrender him to Zhuge Liang. Then, at the opportune moment, they would assassinate Zhuge Liang. However, Zhuge Liang asked his men to seize the assassin's weapons and capture Meng Huo. Zhuge Liang asked, "Do you yield?" Meng Huo protested, "No, I wasn't ready, and tricked. That was fair." Meng Huo was sad. Zhuge Liang said, "Then enjoy this meal and go back to rally your troops." So, step number 6 to be wise. We should always be truthful. Lying causes backstabs and will eventually backfire upon ourselves. During the seventh battle, Meng Huo sought help from his allies who wore tarred shields and armors. The shields and armors were impenetrable by swords and arrows. However, Zhuge Liang led them to a dry land and attacked them with fire. The shields and armors caught fire easily, and the army was obliterated. Devastated, Meng Huo fell on his knees, weeping, and pledged allegiance to the state of Shu ever after. Dear friends, we can also learn from Zhuge Liang that we should always keep our cool, and that we should always treat our enemies to great and delicious meals so that we can win over their heart. Besides, we should learn from Meng Huo that we should always be humble and know our limits. Otherwise, we might go down into history for making a fool out of ourselves 7 times in a row. Thank you.